Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm out in East Sussex this morning. I've come up to Ditchling Beacon to do a little bit of a photography hike. I've got the magnificent South Downs as my backdrop, so let's hope I can find some great images to share with you today. Let's begin by zooming in on the map and seeing just where this walk will take us today. We'll be starting from the Ditchling Beacon National Trust car park, where you can pay £6 to park for the day. In total, we can expect to travel just under 10 kilometres with a total elevation gain of 226 metres, which will mostly be felt at the end of this trip. The route itself will begin by mainly following the ridgeline along the South Downs Way before we turn off and head south into the East Sussex countryside, going past Pycombe Golf Course. Can expect a little bit of a descent and a small climb as we approach the farm buildings around Lower Standon. It's from there where the fun begins, a long climb back up to the ridge with gradients in places of around 20 to 30%. It's certainly going to be a good workout for the legs come that stage before we finish back where we started at the car park. Although, as you can no doubt tell, I've already actually started the hike. I'm a kilometre into it this morning. This one composition that I'm out at the moment, got a lone tree, got this pond in the foreground, got a sunrise in the background. Thought it'd be worth coming out for, hopefully start this hike on a real high note. It really does look like it's going to be an ideal day to come out here and do a little bit of photography mixed with a little bit of hiking, especially after that glorious sunrise that I've just had. The sun's only just coming up now, in fact, but as you can see here in the distance, we've got some beautiful views over the South Downs this morning. Lovely day to come out for it. I did think about doing this hike about a week ago now. Had it all planned out. Forecast looked lovely. Checked the night before, had my bag all ready, and all of a sudden the forecast suggested there was going to be this load of fog descending on the southeast of England, even at home. I thought about it and I thought, nah, you know what? This year so far, I've had trips out to Ashdown Forest not too long ago for that one. And I got lucky that day because, of course, the fog didn't hang around for very long. Of course, earlier in the year, early at the start of the year, I went out to the Wye Downs, and that really was just a write-off. So I thought to myself, you know what? Take the week off. It's not too important. I don't need to go out. So I stuck it out at home. Woke up the next morning, actually looked out the window, and yeah, there was this thick fog. Could barely see the houses in the next road over. So I definitely made the right call there. Oh, these views are amazing. I've never walked this section of the South Downs before. I'm wondering why on earth that's the case. Stunning views off into the horizon, into the distance. Some great photographic opportunities that I have to make sure I capture in a minute. Got Devil's Dyke way off in the distance. Been there, went there last year. great spot to go to. Real strenuous walk if you choose to do it, but oh, this is magnificent. I know I complained about the fog just a minute ago, but all this is missing. You'll probably roll your eyes. All this is missing is a little bit of mist, just to shroud the valley, just to add a little bit of atmosphere, just perfect amount, really. Okay, just starting a little bit of a descent, I think. Just walking next to Pycombe Golf Course, if I'm correct, as per the map. Oh, it really is. I've said it a few times already, it really is a lovely day out here today. Thankfully it's been really nice. It's been like this the whole week here in the southeast. Had very little rain, which means walking out here today at the moment, the ground's nice and firm. It's not too boggy like what it was when I went down to Ashdown Forest not too long ago. It was a nightmare. I was terrified I'd fall over every couple of minutes there. Although walking next to the golf course, I'm glad I'm not play occasionally, but not too often these days. I'd be too worried if I was walking along, if it was someone like me playing golf out there, of getting hit by a wayward shot given my aim at times. What a great decision this was. These photography trips, when it all comes together like this, it makes them all really worth it, it really does. Now you might be wondering why I'm doing this particular hike in the first place. Well, for a couple of reasons. The first being for photography, coming out doing a bit of hiking, great way to combine the two activities. And of course, going for a hike, leaving the car, good few kilometres away, about 10-kilometre walk today I think it is, means you can get further afield with the camera, take a few shots further from the car than what I'd normally do. The second reason, the main reason, is for when I go further afield, when I go car camping, because you see, when I went to the peaks last year, it was great, but I severely underestimated my fitness. And although I didn't mind, I kind of exhausted myself out there, or up there, with the amount of walking that I did. So I thought, you know what, before I start doing any trips further afield, come out to places a bit more locally with the camera, get my fitness up, and then go from there. And it'll probably be a case over the course of spring, over summer, getting out doing a few of these hikes, potentially going further and further each time, just building up my fitness really. So far I've walked all the way along that ridge. Just in the background, we've come down the hill and then we've just done a little bit of a climb. Not too bad, but the shortness in my breath is probably a sign of how I just need to build my fitness up. Like I just mentioned, another great thing is, with this hike in particular, unintentional, is the fact I'm barely touching any roads. It's all pathways along the South Downs Way or bridleways like this and not having to worry about any cars. I think there's a little bit of road I'll touch upon in a minute when I go through Lower Standing. I think there'll be a few roads when I go through Little Standing in a minute. Again, it's a little hamlet. I shouldn't expect to have to worry about too many cars on this route today. One aspect I am enjoying out here in Ditchling Beacon and enjoyed when I came here last time is how the fields, they crisscross over one another. One field overlaying onto the next. Almost looks like a blanket, sort of blanket my nan would have made many years ago. However, I think we're getting to the point where I'm going to start hating this hike, because I think in a minute I'm going to be beginning the climb back up to the top of Ditchling Beacon. So I think I'll speak to you when I get back up onto the ridge. So I finally made it to the top of the hill. And yeah, that was a brute. That was a real unsuspecting brute. It really lured you in. You think to yourself at the bottom, it's not too bad. Ground's a little bit uneven. That was the worst aspect of it. But then as you started climbing, you hit gradients that I knew I was going to come across. 20, I think 30% was in there as well. I'll have to check that one again. But it's just proof, I think, that I need to really build on my fitness. And now we're into spring. Get out and do a few of these, maybe once a month, every couple of months at the very least. Of course, when we get into summer, the weather will be just as great, even autumn when the colours change. Winter, maybe not, because I don't want to have to worry about slipping over, and of course you get the boggy ground in winter. I'm not a fan of doing hikes around then. But still, we've got some magnificent views. We've had some magnificent views to really enjoy and photograph today. I'm not regretting coming out here in the slightest. It's just proof I need to work on my fitness ahead of going further afield later on in the year. In terms of hills I've climbed in the past with the camera, Devil's Kneading Trough out at the Wide Downs, it's not too dissimilar. The beauty about this one, it's probably a bit longer, whereas the Devil's Kneading Trough at Wide Downs is just a sharp climb up from the very beginning. There's no luring you in, it's just a brute from the very beginning. Whereas this one makes you think, oh, it's not too bad, it's not too bad. Oh, yeah, now I'm not enjoying it, now I'm not enjoying it, now it's tough on the legs. And like I say, the uneven terrain didn't help as well. That was just really taxing. But I've got a little bit more of a climb to do before I'm back up on the ridge, just so you can see over my shoulder. I think I'll grab a couple more shots from up there, and then I think I'll call it a day. So I'm back up on the ridge now with some lovely views across the East Sussex countryside. I think though this is where I'm going to end the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I'll see you next week, but for now it leaves me to say but one thing. Goodbye.